What's up, everyone? It's the DWO, the Dead World Order. Represent them, boys. Put the kids to bed. It's time to talk our favorite thing in the world, wrestling. I'd like to welcome to the stage my boys, Eric, Big Rig Maffey, and the Bluegrass Bruiser, the Brando Bomb.
Hold up all 16 pounds of it.
Pounds of beautiful gold, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, all right.
What's up, dads?
What's happening?
Salutations.
Big weekend for wrestling fans. We are in for an absolute treat of a weekend. If you don't have any plans other than being in front of a television.
I unfortunately will be working during Clash of the Castle since it's at 1 p.m, but I'll try to catch what I can.
We'll be licking our wounds come Monday morning when we're up till like 1 a.m.
It's gonna be
6 hours.
That's going to be my consolation, is watching what is probably going to be like a 4.5-hour pay-per-view again on Sunday.
It's Big Money Monday.
Dude, I'm doing all the sleeping in on Monday.
All right, so first up is Clash at the Castle. Couch, you got the we're gonna run us down the card and we'll chime in and see which matches we want to talk about here.
All right, so the first one we got Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day.
All right, so they keep teasing this this Dominic Mysterio thing. I can't see Dominic Mysterio working in any fashion at this point. He needs a mask or some more work or something. I don't know. But Rhea Ripley is just, man, I've loved her since NXT, and I think she is just, they're really building her up to look strong. I mean, she's going, she's manhandling, some of these big men. But
she's like a smaller child.
Yeah. She's impressive. But at the end of the day, obviously, to me, it's Judgment Day goes over because, really, they're the ones that have something to build on it.
Go ahead, Couch. What do you think?
I'm a huge Ed. I love Edge. Loved him as a heel. Loved him as a babyface. I'm going with Edge and Rey Mysterio. I have to.
Classic. Former champions. They have the experience on their side. About you, Big Rig.
No. So I don't know. Just from watching the what I thought was way too long opening segment of Raw. I'm pretty sure that thing went like 30 minutes. Like, that was including the match, but like, geez.
But at least we got the open with wrestling.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all for that. It was more of the, not. I don't know what all this is about. I'm like, you started the faction. Like, what do you mean you don't understand?
They're doing to you what you were trying to do to everybody else.
Did you just forget about all that? But
yeah.
I don't know. That's
what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. That's just me being picky. But all right. I think you got it. Yeah, the legends they'll go over Edge and Rey, especially being the first show back in the UK in 2 years?
I can't remember the last one. There've been several Saudi Arabia ones, but
you got a match like that. Doesn't really have a lot of stakes to it. Big names go over. They're going to get the pop. Judgment Day hasn't really been that popular of a faction, in my opinion.
House of Black Light.
Yeah, kind of Witch.com, Ministry of Darkness, or House of Black, whatever you want to call it. It's even like their entrance. Like, I watched it and I was like, yeah, a few things I've seen before.
They never gave Finn Balor the run he deserved with the belt,
Mhm.
and and then they throw him into this. It's just,
Yeah.
I
I'm
agree with you,
just
Mike. I
not
love
buying it.
Rhea Ripley to death.
Yeah.
I think that they need to get her back on track and push her to the freaking moon.
They could throw her in that trios match, and I think she can hang.
I'll tell you this though, if they put her in, if they do the first intergender match between her and Dominic, I hope that she beats Dominic so far through the mat that he ends up in NXT and he stays there for another 2 years, because that's what he needs. I mean, all credit to the guy. He's come a long way from when he started, but he doesn't have the ring presence.
He's not as bad. He's got the name.
Yeah, he's got the name, and I think an NXT run would do him some good.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, next one. What we got, Brando?
The Intercontinental Championship. Gunther.
Oh, goodness. Versus Fella!
Yes. It's fight night, fella.
It's going to be absolutely brutal. I cannot wait for this. Their interactions building up to this have been just absolutely everything I wanted them to be. Them staring each other down while Pete Dunne, I refuse to call him whatever they're calling him, and Gunther's boy, they get stoic while they again. Yes, please give it. We got Matt back now.
Right.
Give us Walter back. Come on, Trips.
In Cardiff, Wales. That's all I'm asking for. Just everybody chant Walter at the top of their lungs.
Yes.
Just please.
I've wanted to see these two go at it. I'm so happy for this match. I can't wait to watch it.
I got
for me. This one's tough for me.
Gunther's going over. There's still Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus at this point, he's
never won Intercontinental.
That's true. They could give him the ultimate. It's not
in Ireland, but it's close enough.
It's his side of the pond at least.
Right. But both of those guys are super over.
Yeah.
At least over there. But I think Gunther. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, Gunther. Gunther goes over.
Yeah.
And what's gonna be an absolute? Girl fires from Slobberknocker.
There's gonna be some chests. They're just gonna be absolutely
the chops,
hamburger meat by the end of this one.
I gotta go with the
Church
fella.
thinking about it.
I'm going with
Sheamus.
All right.
To complete the Infinity Ring.
I don't know. I could see it happening.
And we're getting another Sheamus face turn amongst this again.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pete Dunne. Oh, we are getting a little bit of Pete Dunne back. Not the name yet, but he's at least wearing his Pete Dunne gear to the ring.
Oh, that's a weird.
The DWO.
Are they letting him put his hair down yet?
I didn't know. I don't remember.
Does he have to wear his Scrappy Doo hat?
Oh God.
That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of like Scrappy Doo. Like
I feel like they almost belittles him and like makes him smaller. You know what I mean? But he was such a badass dude. Yeah. The bruiserweight, man. Give the dude his credit.
What a name too! Like you're gonna call him Butch when his nickname was Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight. Like
yeah. All right.
Loved it.
What we got next, Brando?
We got my personal favorite of the whole match: Matt Riddle versus Seth frickin' Rollins.
This is gonna be nice, man. That exchange on Monday night was heated. I was sitting there in shock. I had to pick my jaw up. Like, I can't believe he just said that. Like,
reminds me of the Bones Jones and Daniel Cormier. incident.
All right, you'll have to enlighten me. I'm not as good in my UFC history.
Another thing happened on the very first time Bones and Cormier were fighting. They were doing a hype up press conference type deal thing, multiple cameras because they couldn't talk, and the cameras supposedly went off the air and they were just back and forth. It was bad, and that totally reminded me of that. It was eerily similar.
Yeah, I mean, they played it right. It felt like legitimate heat, and it was, both those guys can go. Everything Seth Rollins is a good match. Love him or hate him. I mean, the dude just puts on consistently good matches. That's why he's usually at the top of the card.
You have to. My opinion on Seth Rollins is whether you love him or hate him, the man is not selfish. He literally let Cody Rhodes come back into the game. Gave him 3 victories right off the ribs, put him up. Then he got poor Cody tore his and then now he's in this Matt Riddle feud. I mean, he's not selfish. I mean, you have to give that to Seth. Like
they're both gonna look good. This might be like for technical wrestling, and like this might be the match of the night.
I
think this card at least.
I think that we see a much different side of Matt Riddle in this match. We are not going to see the fun-loving, I want to smoke weed, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We are going to see the MMA fighter that wants to kick his head in.
Rip his
fuck.
Yeah, it's going to be
That's great. That's great. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with Rollins on this. I still think they're building him to another run at the big belt.
I agree.
So I mean, I think he's got more stock in it than what Riddle does. But
yeah, I'd go with Rollins as well.
Sounds like all 3 of us are in agreement, fellas. I have to go with Rollins on this one.
Fist bump. Boom.
I don't know where you're at.
Boom. Got you. Moving on.
So we have the Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and forgive me, Io Sky.
Her name in NXT was Io Shirai, which I don't know why they didn't just keep that, but whatever.
Faces go over. I don't know. I got nothing really for this one.
No, I think heels go over for sure. Bayley.
Oh yeah. What am I saying?
Bayley returning Io and Dakota lost the tag titles for some reason.
This is gonna set up a Bayley versus Bianca match.
Yeah, Bayley versus Bianca. Heels go over for sure.
So I retract. I changed my stance.
That's the way I see it. I may be wrong, but that's I don't see how you bring back all 3 of them would really win anyway. She just wasn't on TV.
I mean, like I'm sure you guys like me. I thought for sure they were going to put the belts on them. Being that they're the new shiny new toy. But they're gonna have to throw them a bone, and you can't bring them back and give them all that TV time and not give them some W's.
I mean, I'll say this. Yes, I think ultimately them putting the belts on Raquel and Aaliyah, I smell transitional champions.
Yeah,
in that team, I think Sasha and Naomi may be making a
comeback. That Raquel is just a beast.
Oh, she's a monster.
Yeah.
Like champion all the way.
Don't tuck her away in the tag team then, I mean, she hasn't got her.
I don't think they're going to hold them very long. I think they get confronted on Saturday or next Monday night, whatever.
I can see that.
I'm a hugger. No, she's not doing it no more, but I've been a hugger since day one. I got to go. I got to Bayley.
All right.
I think Bayley is one of the best women they have. When she got hurt, I was so upset because I felt like she was on a really good run.
Unanimous fist bump?
I don't know where you guys are at, but
all right.
decision.
That's the next segment. All right, moving on. Also, this podcast brought to you in part by Kentucky Bourbon.
So
It's so lit.
next we have, I personally think is going to be a fucking snoozer. I'm not really looking forward to this match at all, but the WWE Women's Championship match: Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler. The only thing that excites me about this match is potentially setting up a Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey face-off, which I think would be cool.
I feel like Liv, people behind her thing, and I think she deserves a longer run. But with how strong
Placeholder.
Shayna looks, I could very much see Shayna taking it from her.
Yeah, I agree. Liv is I think she's put in her time, and she absolutely deserves the title right now.
They gave her 15 minutes.
But to me, it kind of feels like almost kind of like a Big E type thing where
That's what I was just gonna say. She got the Big E treatment where hey, here's your moment. All right, next.
Not really capitalizing on it.
That was capital crime what they did to him. I will say that right now.
Yes.
That dude deserved a year-long run as just a freaking dominant baby face,
and now he may never go again, for all we know.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, moving on.
Who'd we pick for that, fellas?
Oh,
Pump the brakes, Big Rig.
That was me. My bad.
I'm just going to go with Liv because I personally like Liv more, but I can see it going either way.
I'll go Shayna.
I personally like Liv more. Yeah. I like Shayna too. If they book her correctly, but
yeah, and the way she was booked in NXT, as the Queen of Spades, that was exactly, and I think that's what Trips is trying to do is bring back some of that magic in the bottle he had down there at NXT Black and Gold. That's why we got Gargano back, because those are his boys, and they were at that time, man. They were, to me, I preferred that over Monday and Friday night. Anywho, we got our picks in. Next.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even know why, but here we go. The main event, the Drew McIntyre versus the Tribal Queen.
Oh, man. Did the hometown guys ever win in their hometown?
Not against him.
He's not from England, though, is he?
Not against him.
Is he from England? He's from Scotland.
The only reason I don't think he wins is because they're going to give one of the titles to Karrion Kross and the other one to Cody when he comes back. I think whatever the next pay-per-view is or whatever Karrion Kross is built to take one of them from Roman.
Yeah, I mean they didn't bring him out and tease him for no reason.
And I don't see a situation where you give Drew the belt and then one of those guys wins one of the belts from him because he's not a transitional champion. Like, in my opinion, he never got his day in the sun. He carried the company on his back through the freaking pandemic.
He had the COVID. Yeah, he had the COVID run. So,
got to win the belt in front of literally nobody.
Literally nobody.
That's what Braun.
Over Brock.
Braun. It was the same thing.
That being said,
when he closed caption.
I don't know.
You all know how I feel about this. I'm not even going to.
I know you're picking either way, whether you think he's going to win or not, but biased a little bit.
I hope to God Drew McIntyre claymores his head clean off his shoulders and he
Roman's going over.
literally is pronounced dead in the middle of the ring. But it's not. It's not going to happen.
Roman's going over.
Brandon, I am in the same boat as you, sir. I have the same feeling.
It's not Roman's fault.
Not really.
They just kept it.
Everybody
they,
wanted this for so long, and now
They kept
when they
the
finally
belt
give
on
it to
him
him,
for
everybody
way too
hates it.
long,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
No,
it's
well,
how long
okay.
it took to get here.
No. And here's the thing: it's not even that. They never built anybody to make it believable that they could take it off him.
Right.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
all.
They booked themselves into a terrible corner, and so now that's Triple H is trying to unravel that knot. So, anywho, yeah, I say Roman goes over, probably with an asterisk. I could see some sort of surprise of some sort, whether it be Karrion Kross or who knows. But
No, it's going to be the classic. Usos jump in, do something, win the match for him, and there you go.
yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And we've had all this interaction with Kevin Owens and the Usos lately, though, too. And testing Sammy's loyalty a little bit. So there's that in the mix.
I am hoping
Against hope that Sammy and KO team up and take the belts off the Usos.
Absolutely. That's listen to Busted Open the other day, and they were talking about. I mean, they're perfect for it. They've never had a tag team title run. They're two guys that are completely over everywhere they've been, and they're both great. They're great in the ring. They're great on the stick, and I've been saying it for a long time. Kevin Owens has been the best thing on Raw for some time, whether he's doing comedic stuff or whether he's being this version, the prize fighter, the KO fight everybody. Both are served. I mean, God, his whole run with him and Jericho.
Lead champion.
Yeah.
That is a match that I hope if ends up leaving AEW and going back to WWE, they let them have that WrestleMania match.
Yes, absolutely.
Please.
They deserve that. They definitely deserve that. All right. So that's Saturday afternoon, fellas.
My personal favorite.
Sunday, which we will be all gathered together for the DWO ritual gathering to take in
work at 6.
The Mike's house by 7.
right here.
Cussing 5 in the morning the next day.
I will be fast asleep at 5 in the morning, Monday morning.
All right. So, Brandon, you want to give it to us? Do you got a full list? Do you have the pre-shows on there also?
Yes, I do. I have the full list of AEW All Out 2022, boys. The kickoff matches we have for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. Pac versus
The Bastard.
Kip Sabian.
We talked a little bit off camera about this, and I think, to me, I feel like Kip goes over. They've been waiting for him to come. Now he's finally here. I can't see a way that he's not. How do you not have him go over? Plus, it frees up Pac to dance in the trios a little more with the Death Triangle, which I love because they're just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Piggybacking because I believe Kip's in Pac's head with the whole box.
Oh, yes.
I believe he's got the psychological advantage right now.
I could also, I seen somebody make this reference the other day. I think it was one of the guys on Fightful. He was like, Kip Sabian came in like a freaking Batman villain, with having the guy taped under the, just the whole thing. And so I could see him, if it's not as straight up, he could have somebody, with him that we don't know about that, he's got a little faction under the radar that's going to come in and help him out or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Danhausen ain't helping him out. No, sir. He would never.
He's not a best friend.
No.
Not a best friend.
He could pay him the monies. He could pay him.
We know Danhausen.
That's right. We have all met him.
And I can tell you.
Friend of the show.
I'm sure of it.
All right, who we got next? So we're thinking Kip takes it. Yeah.
I'm calling Kip. Yes.
I'm calling Kip. I'm calling
All right.
Kip the upset. Next match. I don't even. This just to me. This is just going to be like a 5-minute squash. But for the FTW Championship,
Oh yeah.
the Dashing Devil Hook versus Angelo Parker.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a squash.
Oh, it's going to be.
Nah, I think they're trying to give Hook more and more time, and it's the,
And I
you know,
think they want to show
especially on a-
because Angelo and Daddy Magic just got signed a new deals, so they could be doing something after JAS. So this could be. I know Daddy Magic's hurt right now. You didn't even know me. So good. I could definitely see them giving this as like a Hook will still be dominant, but it'll show like, hey, Angelo Parker can go a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
trying to give him a little rub at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
But yeah,
Hook's gonna go over.
obviously Hook takes this for sure.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, we're all in agreement there. The final kickoff match is Tomohiro Ishii versus
Oh,
Stupid Idiot. Fat,
Yes.
fat, stupid idiot.
Couch, if
Eddie.
you don't shut your whore mouth talking about our Lord and Savior, Eddie Kingston, the Mad King.
You mean the mad, fluffy baby? Don't call me fat?
I don't think you understand. Okay, so I actually watched the first meeting these two had. It was on a New Japan pay-per-view. It was a random one I bought, and the reason I bought it was because this match was on it.
Really?
And holy shit!
That's still accessible?
It's on my fight, so yes.
We're going to have to watch it.
There's actually some dude, Brody King and Minoru Suzuki is on that card, so yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch it.
Ah.
So the first one was amazing. So yeah, these two have amazing chemistry. They're just going to chop the shit out of each other, dump each other on their heads, and it's going to be awesome. And Kingston's
Slap
going to
the
go
shit
over.
out of each
It's
other.
definitely
A
going to be
lot.
a slobber knocker.
And that's the thing.
Is
What's the name?
Ishii won the first match, so
I was
Yeah,
going
I
to ask
think-
you that.
yeah,
I was going to ask you
Kingston's
went over in the first one. I did just read that he is now starting. This is going to be another start of a U.S. run for him. So, it's not WWE. So I would say, Eddie could take punishment for whatever happened backstage and take the L on this. But I think Eddie wins at the end of the day. I mean, they're the guy. He's an AEW guy.
Yeah,
I think he's paid his penance. He did his suspension. They from what I heard, him and Sammy smoothed their shit out. So
Yeah.
I think
guys,
it was a thing.
Let's
He-
shut
he-
Snowflake.
Yeah.
Let's shut the F up and make some money,
Snowflake.
end up having I think they're both smart enough. They'll have a feud down the line and play on that
Yep.
and
Yep.
make all kinds of money on it and make it a
Those are the
pay-per-view
best
match
ones,
and-
man. They have a little bit of truth to them, Those make the best ones.
and then you got a guy.
Who thinks he's a wizard and should
Hey.
have retired
You leave Le Champion out of this.
Should have retired.
4 years ago.
Leave Le Hey,
We could do an entire show with just you
He's
two
a
guys
power of flame in his
going
hand.
back and forth on these.
I don't
Man.
have enough charge on my device here to get into this with you, Couch.
I'll have to
Let's keep it rolling.
I'll have to be Earl Hebner in this.
My pick for that is Ishii just because of my disdain for that stupid idiot Kingston.
It's weird you say you don't like him because I swear I've never heard you say that before.
Oh, really? You've only heard me say that about 1 billion times, Mike. My personal, I can't say this card's stacked.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I can't say this.
Everyone's like, oh, this one. I forgot about that one.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to this match. The Miro, Darby Allin, and Sting versus the House of Black.
This one's interesting too. Oh man.
Goes over.
Darby gets pinned.
Darby takes the pin. I think House of Black goes over. Again, they've
House of Black
a
goes
random
over.
trio mixed together versus an established faction.
Here's what
What I think.
is
Blame it all on Sting and Darby, and it's not really going to be like Darby's fault. I think that team implodes before the match is over, and Miro just goes on a rampage and tries to kill everybody.
I can see that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just done with having a teammates, and it's just like, I just want to. You're all pagans, and you're all gonna be redeemed, and just goes on a rampage, and in that ensuing chaos,
Darby gets
oh,
whatever. Brody
King Gonzo bombs him into the
Oh God!
Go.
hands or
something. I don't.
Darby dies.
Who knows?
How about Suicida?
How about Suicida?
Say when Brody King killed a guy?
It's gonna happen
One of these days.
I
I think House of Black for sure.
I
We
I
know
love
your cards lie, Brando.
I love the House of Black. I'm thinking Darby and Sting and Miro pull this one off.
All right. House divided.
Next match, rivalry overflowing.
Oh boy.
Ricky Stark versus Powerhouse Booker T. Hobbs.
love his Harlem Heat.
Gear. I really do.
Go ahead, Mike.
The new Harlem Heat.
I know Powerhouse is obviously the favorite just because obviously he's way stronger, way bigger.
Behemoth. Yeah.
I think Ricky is gonna out wrestle him. I think he's gonna outlast him. Cardio. Now, yes, if Powerhouse connects with just one of those vicious slams, I think it's done. But I think Ricky's got a chip on his shoulder with all this that's happened. I think Ricky is going to lay it down on Powerhouse. I think Ricky's going to come out on top.
I agree with you, Couch. I think that this is the beginning of something special for Ricky Starks. Obviously, Powerhouse is the favorite here because he has the size. But Ricky's mad as hell right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that guy's good. I've heard the Rock comparisons or whatnot, but I mean, he gets in the ring and he's hitting it so hard that he's tearing up, man. I mean, I feel that stuff. I mean, that's good. So I picked Ricky, man. I think I'm gonna love to see it too. Big Rig.
Dude,
I'm with Ricky Starks all the way. I've been a big fan of his ever since I've seen him, which has just been an AEW, but even as a heel, and
He was good then too. I'm a heel guy though.
I am
turning himself babyface in one little swoop.
Yes, beautiful, beautifully executed.
It's beautiful.
I think
He's about to get a monster push. I really do, and I hope he does.
I hope he does.
I hope he's world
He can
champion
handle
by this time next year. I really do.
He can handle it.
that dude on a
Mike on ring presence, everything is just, and you
for
got
this?
the Rock, the Rock comparisons, but he does it in his own Ricky Starks way, and it's perfect.
All right.
So it's consensus.
This another just. I mean, like
You
we've
guys
said.
might lose me, by the way.
I'm on like 1%, so
Christian Cage versus
Don't say it.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy, Jack Perry.
Just Jack Perry. He's leaving Jungle Boy at home.
I honestly think he
He might do a name change, which I think he needs to. Just be Jack Perry.
Yeah, because I mean, then he's not a little boy anymore.
can't kill anymore, bud.
Jungle Boy goes over. It's, yeah,
I
it's
could
gonna
see
be-
him doing a Christian thing and extending it, but I think Jungle Boy goes over.
Yeah, I hope this. I mean, he needs to move on from this.
The only way he doesn't
Is Luchasaurus
is not actually his friend, and
And turns.
Yes.
Christian still has control of him.
Yes. And he's been playing him
I
this.
think would be
Really cool. Because I
Jungle
thought
Boy.
they
with
gave
an
up on that way
asterisk.
too quick.
I love
yeah, that was.
You know what?
I
I'm gonna
love
do it now.
I'm going to switch to Christian right now because I think that's what's going to happen. That's what I hope is going to happen.
I personally love Luchasaurus. When he had that new entrance music coming out, I was like, yes. I was
Luchasaurus all day long.
Yeah, I mean, the angry monster is better than a silly one.
He's
We
had
have
his time in the sun.
As the silly monster, let him be a real one.
Well, if we're going on to the next match, we have to pump the brakes a little bit, show this match the respect and the participant, mainly one participant, the respect he deserves. He is the greatest sports
Bryan
entertainer,
Danielson next.
Moving on.
Le Champion, the Wizard.
I'm so
Chris
glad.
Jericho.
Dad's going to die when we're talking about this match.
versus
Bryan Danielson next.
and Dragon Brian.
Danielson wins next.
No.
God, if Danielson can make it through a match, man, every time that dude gets knocked on his head, I'm like, is this it for him?
No,
Is
you
this
know what?
He does that shit on purpose because he's secretly a little sadist that enjoys making people worry about him. He does those little bumps that we're like, oh, is he okay?
Yeah.
And he
Is this
does
the
it.
one that's gonna kill him?
He does it,
Those that we're all like, oh,
and he gets a little bit of
enjoyment out of it.
It's all futile. It's all futile. He cannot stand. He cannot stand. He couldn't lace up Chris Jericho's boots. Let's just be honest.
Jericho tapped
Tapped out like a little bitch to Eddie Kingston and John Moxley.
We've been over this.
You think Bryan Danielson ain't gonna make him tap?
We've been over this before. He didn't tap. He
The
was,
best technical wrestler.
he was trying to signal the ref. He didn't tap. But anyway, we're not talking about that stupid fat idiot Kingston. I'm with Chris Jericho, Le Champion. Wizard. Anyway,
Next.
Other
Other hand.
possibly match of the night. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way preview on Dynamite was epic. The Casino Ladder, Claudio, Lee, Yuta, Ray Phoenix, Penta, El-Zero Miedo. Andrade.
King of Long Island.
Eric booked it. I'm buying it. Let's hear it.
If it's how I think it's gonna go, not be him at all. But if it goes the way that I'm fantasy booking it,
MJF for that. There he is.
Salt of the earth, boys.
Salt of the earth. the
Coming.
king.
Long Island.
God, I hope. Man, it's just
I
so
think it'd be a
fantastic
really
to
cool.
watch.
It'd be a really cool way to do it.
Yeah. If not, then you need to call Tony Khan and we need to get you on because that's beautiful booking. So
Fair enough.
it's perfect. Yeah, I
Okay,
for
if it's-
simple.
if it's
Not
Christmas-
MJ. If it's not MJF, do we have a
Oh shit.
consolation. That's
I
okay.
picked the
don't see
Joker. I
anybody
can't see
in that
anybody-
match?
Yeah, it's the Joker. I picked the Joker,
Joker.
no matter who it is.
I'm just gonna say Joker. How about that? No, I'm gonna say MJF because I want to be that. 10 years from now, look back on this and be like, God, I'm so fucking smart. But yeah, MJF.
Agree, Maffey. I think you're right.
God, I hope. All
I,
right.
I personally love MJF. He's like you said, Maffey. He's quickly becoming the greatest heel. There went Maffey.
Oh, he gone.
He
Oh,
gone.
he gone.
Maybe that's a little bit of the
He did.
wizard
Oh, he did.
knocking that laptop out for talking smack.
All right. Well,
Next match is Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
oh God, this is gonna be wonderful. Motor City Machine Guns are just absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you got to watch them back in the TNA days, the six-sided ring days, man, but those guys were amazing.
Yes.
And actually Eric and I got to see Alex Shelley up in Dayton at a Wrestling Revolver show, and dude can still go, man. And it's going to be a great match. FTR and Wardlow, no, hands down.
I think it's going to be a hell of a match. I have to go with just FTR. So the FTR and Wardlow, because they're the greatest tag team doing it right now, period. So
Poor Wardlow. Poor Wardlow. All that momentum he had going, and then MJF said, "Boop, pipe bomb, lights out." Well, they try to give him a title and making him, whatever. Anyway,
well, this next match, I believe, it's not going to amount to nothing. I mean, I'm personally excited to see it. The build up, anyway. The TBS Championship match: Jade Cargill versus the Fallen Angel Athena.
I think I'll give her a good match, but Jade wins again. Athena's not the one to break the streak. It's going to have to be somebody name worthy, but they're gonna build to that. When the person comes along that's gonna beat Jade, you're gonna know it. And I think that's how I feel about it.
My personal opinion, if they even, and like me and Maffey, we've discussed this. I know they're not going for those titles because they're just two powerhouses, but the only woman I feel like could beat her is D.
Of course.
D.
But that's a bad thing about it. It's like, I understand it's like Jade's had this title for so long, but it's not the title, right? And I mean, they're building her up so strong. It's like, well, why isn't she looking at the, Big Goldie then, if she's so indefensible, why doesn't she turn her sights to Thunder, whoever's going to hold it next?
Great. She's
then,
just,
I mean, for that sake, I hope that they take the belt off her. I don't, and here's my thoughts, and I don't think I'm the first one to say this, but I don't think someone's going to beat her for that TBS title. I think that she's going to win the AEW Women's title and then relinquish the TBS title, and there'll be a tournament for that, which is great because it's going to give other, because that women's division is stacked. I mean, they got, we saw the other night. I mean, they're showing Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, who's on the shelf right now. But both those girls aren't necessarily the big names, but both those girls are super strong, look super smooth in the ring,
getting pushed.
and they're exciting. Yeah, they're fun to watch. So I mean, for that sake, I hope that sooner or later that the belt comes off of Jade Cargill, just so they can give some of these, again, sorry the quotations, but the lesser, some of the lesser names, more time and a little more recognition.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Big break. Wah, wah.
We're back, baby.
I just want to do a quick interruption here. You realize you lost your feed because you were running your mouth against the wizard.
No, I was not. My iPad was like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. And said, nope.
We done.
Not happening.
All right. We covered TBS title.
Who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Athena.
I picked Jade Cargill.
Probably not gonna happen.
Booking. Go back and watch the video. Long-term booking reasons.
Probably not gonna happen, but I feel like they brought Athena in, and it's been kind of Yeah, and she came in with a lot of fire behind her, and I feel like they should strap a rocket to her. But
To me, I just feel like if they were gonna do it with Athena, they would have already done it.
they would have already done it. Yeah.
And then-
I was telling Brando before. I feel like and I don't think someone's gonna beat her for the TBS title. I think she's gonna win the AEW, and then they're gonna turn a minute out.
Unify the titles. Yeah.
I don't necessarily know unifying. I think that she'll relinquish the title and let and they just hold on to the big title.
Like you said, Mike, just too stacked to have just one title.
Yeah.
I think they have two.
Give somebody like Jamie Hayter a run. I may be partial.
And I don't know. Jade's just, I mean, she's not the greatest ever in the ring, but she's got way too much charisma, and she's too big of star power to not have a title.
If they're gonna have somebody come along to beat her, I feel like you're gonna know it when the moment comes. Like you're gonna know like this is okay. This is gonna be the person that's gonna finally take it off her.
Mm-hmm.
If that comes to fruition,
right?
But I mean, I don't know who it would be though. Anyway, next,
another banger, absolute banger. The AEW Tag Team Championship.
Yo,
listen.
The Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory.
Who am I?
Whose house?
Swerve's house. Swerve in Our Glory go over, but the Acclaimed are gonna look real good in defeat, and everybody is gonna see just how good Anthony Bowens is in the ring. I mean, we've seen it before, but you're gonna see some shit. Like this is gonna be so good. I just want to.
There's a reason they gave these guys a match.
Yeah.
Even though FTR is still sitting as the number one ranked contender.
Dude, they can't have 4 titles. I mean, what
8-star.
No, give them
8-star.
all the Give them all the titles. Put them on Impact for a night and have them win the Impact titles. I don't give a shit. Win every possible title except the AEW titles, and then come in and just be like, listen, why not us? We have won every other title. What the hell's what are we waiting on? It's gonna be awesome when it happens. I can't wait.
Yeah, I agree. Swerve in Our Glory again. It's kind of fast to put together. No real build to it. They claim they're going to look good, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's how do you? I mean, God, Keith Lee and Swerve, man, there's just
I
both
think,
fun to watch. Swerve is amazing.
I think this is building to FTR winning them at Grand Slam, because the past couple matches they've had, they're always like, well, you're a ranked tag team, we'll face you, but it's never the number one.
Mm-hmm. You're not even ranked. Mm-hmm. That was the case with Gun Club.
Yep.
I have to agree, my boys. I mean, I told you all this when I was watching it and I saw them win it. I screamed legitimately at the top of my lungs. Most excited I've been in a very long time for wrestling. I love Swerve in Our Glory. I hope we get to see them in October, boys. I hope we get to see them.
I hope we do too.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like we're all in
just
agreement.
basking in the glory and knowing whose house we're in, baby.
What's next, Brando?
The interim AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida.
Jamie Hayter goes over.
It's a toss-up.
Shock the world.
It's a toss-up for me between Hayter and Storm, but I think I'm going to go with Mike on that. I think that they
It's
need
been
to
subtle.
get well,
It's been
and
there,
here's it sets up a title program between her and Britt because
Mhm.
Britt's going to be like, "What the f you know should have let
That's
me
my
win.
title."
That's my
Yeah.
title."
It is.
Which I can't wait to see them go at it. I'm sure
That's
those
what I was
matches
gonna
are
say.
be
I mean,
amazing.
it's gonna be interesting to just see those two, kind of on
And-
opposite sides this time because they've been tied at the hip for so long.
I thought Hayter and Rosa was a really good match.
Yeah,
Um,
they both look good there. Your girl takes a lot of heat, by the way.
I'm aware.
I went back and watched the one with her and Evilise. That was interesting.
Oh yeah.
Woo, that was stiff. If
Hey.
you get a chance, go back and watch it.
Oh
it got
yeah.
per-
No,
it-
I know
it
what
got
you're talking
personal.
about. I had to wrestle around her.
She
I
smelled
don't
good,
know.
Eric.
I don't. I think the complaints of people working stiff is, in my opinion, I mean, to each their own, whatever. But you're in professional wrestling, like
It's
shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, I
know,
mean,
like-
the timing isn't always going to be on.
Because guess what?
point,
If all you do is work soft against each other, the matches don't look good ever.
it's going to look that it's going to come across that way.
I'm not.
So you want a
saying
banger
that
of a
you have
match?
to- yeah,
Yeah,
Good old
and
slut.
you got to pay for it.
I think the matches I enjoy are the ones that are stiff because
Yeah.
they're laying their shit in, and you're like, yes, I want. They're fighting right now. I believe in this. You know whose matches I've never believed in? The Miz, the softest worker on planet freaking Earth. I have never once believed, yeah, that guy hurt somebody. Like, just no.
I will fight the Miz.
Oh God,
We might have to book that Mr. Magnificent versus The Miz. That sounds like a good match to me.
that'd be amazing.
He doesn't want these hands.
Mr. Magnificent goes over.
Every time.
Yeah, I think
I'm with him.
Hayter winning would be cool. I also think Sheeta winning and getting another reign would be cool. And Sheeta versus Rosa.
She was the first,
right? No, she was the second. Riho was the first.
Oh, okay.
I'm like 99% sure on that. I may be incorrect, but
I believe
Sheeta is the longest reign as of right now.
she had it before Britt.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Did we all get our picks in on that one?
no,
I picked Hater.
go with.
I'm a
I already
hater.
know who Homer Simpson's going to pick.
No, you probably don't. You probably don't. As much as I want to pick DMD, I believe Tony Storm is going to pull an upset.
I mean, she was,
Honestly,
supposedly she was supposed to go over Thunder Rosa anyway, so I mean, it
I
makes
think-
It's a
sense.
toss up.
Pull the win.
Toss up for me. Yeah, I don't know. I still think it was interesting that Britt took the pin in the tag match.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. I'm going to say that as well.
So yeah, who knows?
What's next?
The AEW World Trio Championship match.
Ah,
The Elite.
okay, so here's my thoughts. The obvious way to go here is obviously Kenny and the Bucks go over, but as an avid watcher of BT, they get a lot of time on BTE too, and especially as of late, I could see the order going over. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would surprise people, and I think with throwing Hangman in there, it completely changes things. And like you've been talking about, Eric, that it's just been it's been this unsaid kind of build to to this, and
This is one of the longest running stories in wrestling. I mean, this is
Yes.
Yes. Over 3 years now.
Yeah.
You
And this is
know,
the
they
payoff,
never
you know?
they
Well,
never
this is-
had
Part of the payoff.
yeah.
You have to remember though, because it says here the best friends are here. Danhausen.
No.
Danhausen could have a little.
Danhausen's gonna curse him.
No way. It's Dark Order and the Elite in the
Yeah.
finals. It hasn't happened yet,
Um,
but it's happening.
Yeah.
Hands
Yeah.
No
Dark
spoilers.
Order.
No spoilers.
Mm,
I firmly believe Mr. Magnificent is calling it now. My magnificent prediction.
Well, and here's the thing: is I think it would be a really cool thing for the Dark Order to get some gold finally.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Hungy and Alex Reynolds are one of the most polished tag teams I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And them and Hagman running, the trios. But that's what my heart wants. But my brain tells me you're going to put it on your EVPs. You got brand new belts, and you're
They've
going
been
to put it
saving
on.
them for them.
You're going to put it on your moneymakers. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say Elite goes over, even though I think it would be really cool if Dark Order and Hangman.
I agree.
I'm going Dark Order, boys.
Do it.
I'll be the dark horse.
As much as I like the Elite and Kenny, I've never seen Kenny Omega before. I've watched him in the last 2 AEW matches. I personally want Dark Order.
I'm going to assign you some homework. Me and Eric will get together and we'll email that over to you.
You got some matches to watch, old son.
I realize.
At least two. At least two. That Wrestle Kingdom match.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, be ready to sit down for 2 hours just to watch 2 matches.
Yeah.
It looks like there's been enough talking.
It's time for the main event.
Hey! Copyright infringement.
For the
Line.
EW.
AEW
That one.
World Championship. John Moxley versus CM Punk.
My boy. Oh man. Oh geez. First I'll start by saying Moxley. Simply because I want him to still be champion when they come back to Cincy in October. And simply because I just like him better than CM Punk. And
Go ahead, Couch.
I'm really torn.
I got a long-winded answer, so go ahead.
I'm really torn here. I love Mox. I love Punk. We all agree that the bull crap with the foot was bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
it was a strange build. We can all agree on that. It was a strange build to this match.
I hate this because I love them both. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I completely marked that when CM Punk came back, and it's everybody wanted to see that, but
yeah, I mean, just in terms of who's been putting in the work and who's actually been, I mean, not that Punk doesn't deserve it and didn't deserve the belt, but to me, I have to go with Moxley. Moxley has put AEW on his freaking back.
The heart and soul.
And I just got to give it to Mox. As much as I love Punk and Mox, I got to give it to Mox. He's just a fucking animal.
And I love Eric's answer. I already know what it is.
Yeah, mine's a little long-winded. So there's a couple things that are going to happen. I think. There's a couple things that could happen. I either think it's a straight up and Punk somehow, some way turns heel in Chicago and cheats to win because he can't do it. Not because he wants to be a dick, but because he knows he cannot beat Jon Moxley, so he has to use underhanded tactics. And I feel like the promo on Wednesday, which was yesterday, was just so, get the entire freaking city behind him. So when he does turn heel, it's that much more devastating.
And Eric, that was like, I felt like I was kind of confused with like the Moxley promo at the start of the show, and with all that, because I couldn't tell if he was just getting the heat because it was the Chicago crowd, or if it was, legitimately he was trying to like because he was spitting kind of like, heelish stuff out there, what I mean?
he was tweenering it, yeah.
So I mean, and I felt like he was kind of teetering a little more towards the heel side just in those promos. It could have been because it's Chicago CM Punk crowd, but I'm like, oh, are they trying to force this heel Jon Moxley on us?
I don't think that. I think that's just in Chicago. I don't think he's going to be a heel anywhere else he goes.
Yeah. I did say to Jess last night, it was, put this same conversation in Cincinnati and it's completely turned around. It's the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's a Moxley crowd.
I don't know. Like, Mox is just Mox. I don't see him as
the beast.
Really, I mean, he's a straight up.
You're gonna have to kill a guy to take it. That's how I feel.
He's a tweener. He's a tweener. Like he will, fighting from behind, babyface. But he's not. I'm going to use underhanded tactics. I'm just going to, heel. I'm just going to beat the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing is I think Punk turns heel, or somehow, some way, which I can't remember how the casino ladder match works. If that's like a cash in at any time, or how that works, it could be.
I think they specified a future opportunity.
It's just a future opportunity, so they have to
unless they change it, and they do some sort of.
I don't know.
It's whatever their bidding is.
Depending on what the stipulation is with the casino ladder match. If MJF wins, I could see it either turning into a triple threat, or him coming in at the end and cashing in Money in the Bank style and just
taking it all,
beating. And doing it after
in
Punk
Chicago
wins, doing it after Punk wins and beating him for a third time in Chicago.
That'd be magical.
That's just my wrestling brain going nuts. So, as much as I want, Mox is my dude. I love Mox to freaking death. He's a Cincinnati boy. He's one of the greatest guys in pro wrestling right now, if not ever.
You can't make people hate him. I mean, whether he's
no,
he's not good, he's not bad, but people just like him because he's
real.
You know what I mean?
He's real.
And he goes out there. I mean, he's out there, up in Dayton a couple months ago. Speedball Mike Bailey just going, hard as hell.
The guy we got to watch in a gymnasium with 200 other people,
Yeah.
While
he's on TV every Wednesday night. The champ.
In the AEW World Championship, I stood 5 feet from him like he was just another guy, and that was really cool. So I would love.
That's
Mox
what makes
win.
me a bigger Jon Mox fan. The fact that he does that kind of shit.
I just hope that if they do have him win in such a fashion that it's like he's so undeniable, he's the champion for the next 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they said they only gave him that Wednesday night match because he hated the interim title.
Yes.
I mean, it was kind of wonky, but I mean, come on. Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope Mox wins, but that's my wrestling brain doing weird things. That's my prediction.
I mean, what a just an absolutely stacked card. I mean, it's gonna be.
I can't wait.
I know it's gonna be like 5 hours long, but I know it's gonna be like like that. I mean, it's it's going to be midnight.
You know, and we still got possible debuts and returns and all kinds of garbage. So
that's the beautiful thing right now is, I mean, especially, this weekend isn't quite head to head, but I mean, it's pretty damn head to head, pay-per-view versus pay-per-view.
hold on. Did we talk about my boys FTR Wardlow and the Motor City Machine Guns, Jay Lethal?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was when the iPad died. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's all right. You know who I'm picking.
Yes. That would make it unanimous.
We agreed.
Which that's also going to be unreal.
Yeah, I say get to
Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Yes, please.
Yes. Yeah, we was talking about the six-sided ring days, and the good old days for Hogan and
Motor
Bischoff.
City Machine Guns. What a tag team name. Gotta love it. Yeah. God, I can't wait. Sunday can't come soon enough. It's really good. This whole weekend. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a great week for wrestling.
I meant to tell you that I looked into tickets for FanFest, which are still available. $60. Not bad, man. I was expecting like way over 100
for All Out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that so you know how they do it is like the meet and greets before Dynamite. So like it's $60 to get in the door, but if you want to meet people, you got to pay an extra $100.
Paid and complimentary.
Yeah. $100 to meet FTR, whoever. Yeah.
So you better come with
it. I mean, shit, I'd pay the $60 just to be there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, just to when it comes to like autographs and stuff like that, like selfies are cool and stuff like that. But I mean, to me, it's always been. I mean, I've met athletes and people, stuff like that, and it's always been like, to me, you got a picture, you got an autograph to show other people, but the meeting is for you. So that's the most special thing. So if I get that, I'm good.
Absolutely. Well, boys, I gotta sign off of here. I gotta wake up.
We're over an hour in.
So
we did good. We did real good. Boys, I will see you Sunday. We're in for a treat. So
I can't wait. Rampage SmackDown tomorrow. Freaking Clash of the Castle Saturday. All Out Sunday. And if you're feeling froggy, you got Worlds Collide, which I will probably watch at some point.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Because that got some really good matches on it.
Yes. So, fellas, any parting words?
Chris Jericho's a dumb bitch. Big Rig signing off. Mad King for life, baby.
Yeah, go cry to your fucking girlfriend because he got called fat. Ruby, they called me fat. Ruby, they called me fat. Hurt my feelings.
God, I can't wait until Eddie Kingston just makes him tap again with a stretch plum.
Oh, whatever. Sign off. I'm done.
Wait.
Would you please shut the hell up?
In the meantime, kids, be kind to your mom. Keep your damn hands off my thermostat.
Absolutely.
See you next time.